everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm out here at Pleasant Grove again. It's going to be a super simple video today, but you'll see it's necessary. Obviously you guys saw my last week's video. I've been struggling. Things have not been going all that great on the course. So today I'm out here and I'm going to simplify my bag. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this bin that I've got of spare discs paired with what I have in my bag, and I'm going to find a way to simplify my bag for the Oak Hollow Open coming up this weekend. I don't think my bag necessarily has been the issue. However, that we're going to fix it. You know what I'm saying? I want to make it to where decision making is not an issue. It's just me throwing and getting myself in the right position with the right disc. So that is where we're at. You can't go wrong with simplifying stuff, trying to make it a little bit easier for you on the course. And Oak Hollow is big A tier in this area, so I'm going to try my best to. I want to place well. I want to win, but I really want to play well and place well in this tournament. So yeah, that is the plan today. Let's go ahead and get out into the field. So, put myself in the shade. It is a hot one today. I'm going to be throwing from here out that way into the field, in the outfield of this baseball field right here. I'm going to try to get it to where you guys can see everything. I kind of have an idea already of what I want to take out of my bag. There's some things in here that serve one purpose and one purpose only, where I can make it to where one disc that I already throw and trust throwing can serve both of those purposes. So that being said, not touching tomahawks today. I still got my 3 tomahawk discs and those aren't changing. It's just that part of my game I'm not at all worried about. It's, you know, I got that part figured out. It's really everything else. To be honest with you, we're gonna figure everything else out. But yeah, let's get into it. Found out there just by throwing, one of which so this is the Glow Adventure that I had in my bag from hole 13, and this is my Travel Series Glow Adventure execs. Well, this one's a little bit heavier, 176 to 172. This one flies a little bit less stable than this one. I don't know why. If anybody, I mean, it's not beat up or nothing. Like, if you look at it, it's really not all that beat up, but it flies straighter than this. This one's a little bit more overstable. I don't know why. So we're gonna throw these again and see if that's legit. Also, I threw all 5 of my Wanderlusts, and they all 5 do the same thing. So I'm just gonna keep the regular purple one I have in there, and I'm switching out my beige vibe for the this blue one that I used to use for tomahawks a long time ago. It's a little bit more beat in, and it flies a little bit closer to the numbers, which is what I need it to do. So that's going to be switched out for that. And there's one other thing. The Chandler Kramer thread flies straighter than the green thread that I had in there. I don't know why, but we're actually gonna take a look at that. We're gonna throw them again and see if that's what the plan is. All right, I'm gonna try to throw these as flat as I can. We do have a little bit of wind out here, but nothing too crazy. Shouldn't really affect the flight all that much. But yeah, first adventurer first. So that one turned a bunch. I hope you were able to see that. But that one turned a bunch. I'm gonna throw this one the exact same way. Or try to at least. I mean, it was a little bit of an early release, but I think they were pretty much on the same angle. And that one's just more stable. I don't know why, but they're both going in the bag because they both provide different shots. And I need that shot, that flat to turn, flip up to straight, that my travel series doesn't really give me all that much. All right, so this is what I'm taking out. Taking out the war spear. I don't throw it very much, and I can just throw the Astray a little bit lighter, and it should fly pretty much the same. I'm taking out this thread because that thread flies a little bit more like a thread. I don't know why this thing is so overstable, but yeah. I'm taking out this vibe, replacing it for the blue one that you guys saw, because it flies, like I said, a little bit more like a vibe. Even though it's a little bit lighter, it's still not as understable. I need to throw this thing. I put it in the bag for tomahawks during the off season, kind of get it beat in, so it'll be more like that. So that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. And then I'm taking out this dime just because I don't throw it. And the cash does pretty much the same thing. If I throw it on a little bit of flex, it'll go just as far and do the same thing. So that's what I'm taking out. We'll probably play 9 holes here from the longs on the back 9, just to kind of work it in and see how everything feels. I don't have my putters. All I have is my 7S. So that might not go too well, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, one more thing that I didn't mention that I'm going to mention now, because I kind of just figured it out. I'm going to take the blaze and the blade out of the bag. If I throw this thing on a decent amount of hyzer, it does the same thing that the blaze does. And if I throw this thing on a decent amount of hyzer, same thing as the blade. So we're going to take those out. It might be a little risky, I guess, but we're going to take them out and see what happens.
All right, guys, so I do a little bit of talking in this. So it's going to be a little bit of voiceover and a little bit of me talking, so just get prepared.
So the biggest difference between that blue one and the other one I had in the bag is I don't have to throw it anywhere near as hard to get the full flight out of it. And the other one, I felt like I had to force over to get the full flight out of it. So I think that is going to work out much better than the other one. Another thing I wanted to mention, my putting has not been going very well lately. I made a decision. So when I putt, my practice putt, I'm tossing them without much thought. I'll throw one, throw another, throw another, throw another, throw another until the 5 is up, and then I go get them. But when I'm playing, I'm taking 4 practice swings, deep breath, spinning the putter. I don't think all that's necessary. So this weekend, I'm gonna be kind of quick putting. I'm not gonna call it quick putting, but just gonna get my feet set, do 1 practice swing, and then putt, and try not to overthink it. I think overthinking it's a big problem with my putting as well.
All right, so now we got a little bit of time before my next intermission, I guess you want to call it. Something that I'm definitely going to have to work on this off season is my distance control, especially with the backhand. My backhand distance is not the best, and it needs to be a lot better if I'm going to continue to move up and continue to compete. I do want to be a little bit more consistent in general. So like the distance isn't the number 1 priority that's going to be for me this off season. Consistency is going to be the number 1 priority. If I can hit 350 on a dot over and over and over again, but instead, you know, throwing 450 and not being able to control it, I think I would rather have the 350. So that's something we're going to work on and try to figure out throughout the off season. But I've also kind of considered changing putters. I think putting confidence is a big issue, and I've lost confidence.
Well, I'm not really playing all that good out here, but you know, I guess that's to be expected. I'm not playing good at all right now, but it's not the bag's fault. I'm missing my lines. So, but that's why I'm out here, is to get better confidence, keep working, and just figuring it out. Just try to brute force my way out of this little slump that I'm in.
To finish the sentence, I think I've lost confidence with the putters that I'm using. Apologize for that, but I mean, I don't like a deep rim putter. I would much rather have a shallow rim putter, just because my hands aren't that big and I feel like I can control the disc a little bit more. So that's probably going to be something that I look at again at the off season. But we're gonna finish the rest of the season out where we're at and how we're going. But that's also something that I've considered. The biggest thing for me right now is, obviously I'm trying to get back to the basics, trying to get back to the easy, working hard portion of the game that I really enjoy, and just playing courses how I know how to play them, and just hit my lines.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is getting a little frustrating. My phone's tweaking out for one thing, so I may have missed a couple of shots here and there, and I apologize about that. But it's getting rather frustrating. I feel like I'm throwing good shots, and then they end up not good shots, which is, I don't know. It's just not. Every season you have like a lull or like a rough point. Last 2 years, mine has been in June. This year it's in August, and it feels like I almost have to start over. Like, I know that's not true, but that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm starting over completely with my game, and it's getting frustrating.
Another issue that I've been struggling with is forcing things that aren't there, and trying to make the spectacular play instead of just the smart and play that I know that I can make. So, the plan is just to try to get back to that. I know this round doesn't really show that, and I didn't take score this round because I didn't want that to influence my opinion one way or the other going into the Oak Hollow Open, but definitely need to get back to my game and my basic.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this week's video. As you can see there, I got a lot of work to do. I mean, it's pretty obvious. These past couple events and past couple times I've been out here playing have just been rough all around, and it just needs to get better in every aspect. So we're gonna keep working it, keep working out the kinks in the game, and try to put together a solid A-tier tournament this upcoming weekend. But next weekend, obviously, you guys will have the Ocala Open, and I'm going to try to play a practice round out there on Friday. That's just going to be a part of the video for next week. So just be on the lookout for that. If you like that, like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Post every Friday. You don't miss next week's post, and we'll see you next Friday.